Today, Precarious plays
Mega Man Battle Network 2. Really, if you think about it, they're more like triplets instead of just twins. Because the source for Mega Man, unless they're trying to say that there's like an actual soul that was transferred to the AI that is MegaMan.exe, he's just a copy. He's like a genetic
clone brother.
Yeah, he's like a genetic clone of digital genetic clone of Hub.
Huh.
So really, it's more like there are three brothers, and one of them is just sadly super dead. Yeah.
Darn, must not be the spot.
Must not be the spot?
This is what radiation poisoning feels like. It's definitely dramatic like that and not slow and painful like...
Maybe he just ran into like a shock wall. Land! The radiation on the door. Oh, okay. The radiation on the door is 50,000 times overloaded. Is that 50,000 times the already existing 50,000 times?
I don't know.
Because that's a big number. I'm pretty sure.
But all I have to say about that is darn.
Yeah.
Mega Man, you know what to do, right? We can't give up. Gotta be a server controlling the radiation. Find it.
I'm on it. Jack in now.
I have to tell you now about a book that I read because I can't stop myself.
Okay. Tell me about that inferior media. Yo! Oh!
You
did it.
This game is not making a very good case for that statement.
I would still play this game before I read one of your filthy tree murders.
Anyway, The Expanse.
Yeah.
I believe that it was the first book. I don't remember what the name of the first book is anymore because I read one and then I read all of them.
The Expanse, Chapter 1. Oh no.
It was really, like, they did the best, most horrifying description of two people dying from radiation poisoning I have ever read. And I know that does not necessarily sound like a good...
Like a breezy Sunday afternoon.
Like, that does not sound like proper entertainment. But everything else that was going on was, like, really, choice, too. It makes me...
choice, bro.
Yeah, it was, there was a lot going on, and...
Stop bullying me.
It kept getting more ridiculous, and, you know, like, it was disgusting, the description, and all of the...
No!
The recovery that they had to go to and everything.
I thought they died.
I mean, they may have died. You'll just have to read it. I don't know. A lot of people died. Some of them did, and some of them turned into ghosts, and it's all good. It's your average sci-fi bullshit. Why are you doing so bad?
Because those enemies are
shit.
Awful. You know how bad they are? I quit. That's how bad they are.
Jack in, Mega Mans. But,
Try again, you fuck up.
Radiation poisoning is thankfully not something that I have had to deal with on a personal level.
You don't say.
It's like reading about smallpox. It's just, it feels very distant, and I feel very
Or dinosaur attack.
Yeah. No.
Well, alligators still attack people.
Alright, yeah. That's another thing I don't usually have to worry about.
Yeah.
Those suckers, they're slow.
That was not intended to be dismissive. It was just intended to be, like,
similar.
Uncommon.
Yes, uncommon, for sure. Yeah, so I never really put a whole lot of thought into how bad dying from radiation poisoning would be. And boy howdy, this book sold me on it. It's slow and frightening. Not good. I mean, I think everybody already knew that, but, you know, if you if you have ever read that book, you will understand what I mean. And if you haven't read that book, this might not be the best way to recommend it, but I highly recommend it. It is not a joyful romp, but it is certainly a good piece of sci-fi. It and the rest of its novels. And it has some of my favorite characters ever. I just love those people. I miss them. I got done reading the books. I might have to read them again just to go visit those people. You know what I mean?
Did you read all of them, or did you just read all that were available?
All that have been published. I've read them all.
Okay.
I think that there might be a new one coming out, but it's supposed to be, I think, the last one. I don't know. When you have good characters like that and such a wide universe of them, you can come up with stories forward and backward in time into infinity. I think that it is similar. No, that's not fair because, okay, I was going to say it's similar to Adventure Time, but there's nothing as good as Adventure Time, so. But it's similar like that. There are all kinds of characters that seem full, like whole people, whole characters that you could make dozens of stories for. Like, it almost doesn't matter the adventure these characters have gotten caught up into in any particular novel, because I'm not there to see what crazy escalation is happening to space at that moment. I don't give a shit. And let me tell you, some crazy escalation happens in this novel to, like, the space environment.
Hey.
Area grab! You got it!
I guess it wasn't a reward for one of those things that I didn't want to do. I mean, it's a good one. It's something that, like, do I have Area Grab L? Because incorporating that might just about be... Being able to just say, no, you get one row. Enemies, you get one row, is pretty good. You know, they're S, that's the deal.
Yeah. Well, it has a similar structure, story-wise, to Adventure Time. There are larger overworld events that are kind of crazy going on.
I am not familiar with Adventure Time. I'm kidding. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Internet. You couldn't... I don't know if you could hear the look that I just gave our Rosma here. But that little extra fat pause was a glare of...
If I had access to D&D magic, I would have just used power word kill.
Maybe, or at least mind spike.
That's what's
just like,
happening.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway.
Think hard about... Whoop. Almost messed it up. Just gonna use Gaia Sword. Okay. And he's gonna come back and I'm gonna slash him.
I quite like fictions like that, where it focuses more on the characters than the overarching story. And yet somehow it all kind of builds into a life for each of them. And it's crazy because some of the minor characters get big stories later. And you're like, oh, I didn't even remember that guy's name. And then it's like, oh no, he's like the main dude here.
Oh no, and he's super dead.
Yeah. Sometimes. For sure, sometimes.
I feel like did I miss a path? Oh, I don't think I did the up in this direction yet. I don't have a good handle on what you're supposed to do with these guys. I think it might be because all of my attacks, they either effectively happen like almost immediately, which I don't think they respond to. It seems like the only one, this Buster, right? It causes them to teleport, and I feel like it's connected to like the frames of animation. But I'm pretty sure that I can do some of this to give them a bad day. Aha! And now, the elements combine to form... Any moment now? Life Store 3! Yeah. And that's it, really. There's not anything else to say. It's just a big old sword.
Hey, sometimes a big old sword. It's just what you need.
I mean, who can't solve most everyday problems if they've got a big old sword?